Hope I better have the operator on hold. It's Friday. It's 7:01. Good morning, Ken and Deb here, and I'm seeing now that the sun has come up, I'm seeing a little bit of fog,
Yeah, there's fog and rain.
and
A little
so
rain.
yeah, so drive a little careful this morning. Take off a little early if you got to go somewhere. But if you've got a favorite movie that really cheers your family up, so there's a lot of people that maybe I know that people have probably been watching movies. They're going, "Oh, we're tired of them." But if you're not, and you're going to have a family movie night tonight or over the weekend, we're trying to build like a list of some great family films that will cheer people up
Yeah,
during this pandemic.
fun family films,
Yeah.
so we can forget all our worries, forget all of our cares.
Yeah,
for
that's right.
A couple hours.
So, and there's a lot of them that are out there that I'm sure a lot of people probably have watched, but there's one that I wanted to throw out there that maybe a lot of people haven't seen, but it's funny and it's a
Okay.
good, fun film, and it's
Okay.
with, and I've mentioned it before, but it's an old one, and I
All
don't
right.
know if you can find it you might be able to, but it is with Don Knotts
Mm-hmm.
and Tim Conway, and it's called Private Eyes,
Okay.
and it's really, really funny.
Sometimes you can find those on YouTube.
Yeah. Yep. And so you want to check it out, but it's called Private Eyes with Don Knotts and Tim Conway.
It's got to be funny with
Oh
those two
my.
guys.
Yes. Keyword Wookalar. So if you watch the movie, watch out for when Tim Conway uses Wookalar. All right. It's really funny. All right. So, anyway, share yours with us, though, at 800-221-9356. Here's Mark Schultz with All Things Possible. By the way, we're going on Facebook Live. You can check us out at Ken and Deb in the Morning as well, behind the scenes. So, a little background if you just heard us talking about that film with Private Eyes. It is set to where these guys have to go to this castle, and there's a series of. It's kind of like a whodunit
Okay.
mystery, and somebody has killed somebody,
Mm-hmm.
and Don Knotts and Tim Conway are the private eyes. I can just you can
that's
already
hilarious.
see where it's going to go from there, but yeah, so so you got to watch this film because just the I don't know, the chemistry between those two in that film is just really, really good. And the way that they play off of each other and just the whole cast in it is perfect to play the parts, and anyway, it's an old one, but very funny. So
Those are
Private Eyes.
funny guys.
Yeah,
I'll
they
have to
are.
check that out. Another one that I just thought of was What About Bob,
Yes.
which is a hysterical
That is
movie. I mean,
it
that
is. Bill Murray is just a scream. Him and
he
Richard
is-
Dreyfuss.
Oh,
Just classic,
there's such a turn in there when the psychiatrist just starts. It's just
that's
so
right.
funny.
It is. It is so funny. So that's another good one. But yeah, so let us know. You can even put it on Facebook if you want. But if you want to call or text us with your favorite movies that are, family friendly, cheer you up type movies, that's what we're talking about here this morning. So
Phone number is 800-221-9356 if you want to be on air with us. Hey, Jeremy, I thought it'd be kind of fun to ask you some questions like, where are these quotes from? You are so good at films.
Oh,
Okay.
you're gonna put me on the spot.
I'm going to put you on the spot.
she never does that.
No,
By the way,
no.
never. By the way, how do you like that? It's like, what?
Okay, here's one. I think it's pretty easy. Just keep swimming.
Oh.
Finding.
Finding Dory.
Yep, that's it. Okay, this one is, you must not let anyone define your limits because of where you come from. Your only limit is your soul.
Oh wow, you up
Boy, you
the
went
game
right
right
from
there.
easy to like. That's like the $500 category in Jeopardy,
This is how I work.
Can
I
we,
feel like I got
throw out a
hustled.
lifeline here? Or?
It's a little rat.
It's a little Ratatouille.
Yeah, Ratatouille.
All right.
Oh.
That helps.
Okay,
All right, so there's a few of them.
some lines. Okay, so we'll have more here as we're.
My sister, when she graduated, the the kid that spoke at the graduation valedictorian, or that he was quoting Ratatouille
Really?
to her class. So
That's another fun film to
It
watch.
is. Started watching that the other day, or well, a couple weeks ago actually, when the grandkids were over before all of this social distancing started. We were watching the grandkids, and
10 seconds.
yeah, it's a good one. That's Mark Schultz, All Things Possible on Moody Radio, 706 with Ken and Deb here. Hey, by the way, we're on Facebook Live too this morning. If you want to check us out, you can see us, that we're practicing our social distancing here. But yeah, so we're talking about family movies.
God bless you.
Wow, that was a big one.
He had his face turned away.
He did, and covered. But what are some family-friendly films that cheer you guys up? We've had some really good suggestions this morning, and I did mention that one, Private Eyes. Now, there's another one. Maybe somebody can help me out, because I've been trying to find the title of it.
Okay.
And I believe, well, it's an older movie. It deals with a guy that is a retired or washed up, like, captain from a ship or something, and he goes and he wants to go to this island out in the middle of the Pacific or whatever, and he wants to be by himself. But I think some other people
Castaway.
get shipwrecked. No, that's not it. He didn't work for FedEx. This is older than that.
Okay.
But these people, I think they either get shipwrecked on the island or something, and he kind of wants to stay away, and just wants to be by himself. But they kind of befriend him.
Oh, neat.
And anyway, and then he ends up, I think, falling in love with one of the ladies on the show. But it's an old one, like with Rock Hudson or somebody
Doris
like that.
Day, something
like that. I
Okay.
can't remember. I wanted to say it was like Mr. Penguin or something like that. It's
Yes.
because his last name is one of those or
Okay,
something
it's
like
something.
that.
Okay.
But anyway, if somebody has seen that or remembers it, let me know and help me out, because it's going to drive me crazy if I can't think of what it was. But it's a good family-friendly film. It's got humor in it.
Yes, I love
everything,
that. I
so.
love it when it's heartwarming and humorous.
Yes.
Ruth chimed in on Facebook Live. I think she's wondering if it's Gilligan's Island.
No, not Gilligan's Island. No.
But that's a fun one to
That's
watch,
a fun.
too.
That's a fun TV series. That's right. This is an actual movie, and I can't remember what it is. But if you know what it is, let me know. 800-221-9356. Call or text us, or any other film that you might have that's one of those family-friendly films.
Yeah, we're building our list for
Right.
this time that we're quarantined, that we can have some fun with our family, just let go of our worries for a little bit.
Right.
Give us a call, 800-221-9356. Father Goose?
This is Jeremy.
You must be really old. Father Goose. Yes.
Yeah, somebody knew that.
That's
They
it.
texted it in.
Oh, okay. Here, hold on.
So we're going to take a phone call, record a call here, see if we can get the right answer. I love it when people like to help.
Hold on the line.
Maybe I should bring my car problems and put them on the air, Good morning. Who's this?
Hi, good morning. This is Kathy. How are you, Ken?
Good, Kathy.
Hi, Kathy.
I don't know your movie at all.
Oh, okay.
Okay. But the movie I thought is good and appropriate for these times is The Wizard of Oz. The theme running through that is There's No Place Like Home.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. That is good. That's
That
a
is
good thought
good.
for today.
Sure is.
All right.
Thanks,
well, have a
Kathy.
blessed day.
You too.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Good morning, Moody Radio. Who's this?
Good morning. This is Pam.
Hi,
Hey, Pam. How are you?
I'm well. I think the movie that you're trying to remember is Father Goose with Cary Grant.
Yes, that's it. That is it. We love
we
that
love
one.
that movie.
Yes. I was just looking it up, too, and 1964 is when that came out.
Wow.
And
An oldie but a goodie.
yeah, it is. So that's a good one if people can find it, because it's just got, my kids just love it. I don't know why, but they just love that film. So,
Yeah. I
So-
love Cary Grant.
yeah.
Who's with Carrie in that one?
Let's see.
I can't remember her name.
Is it Leslie Caron?
Yes, I think that's right.
Yeah. Yep. Leslie Caron. Thanks to you, Google, I found it. Not that I remembered it off the top of my head, but I play one of those on the radio. No. Yeah. So thanks for
Thanks,
helping me
Pam.
remember that.
You're very welcome. We
It-
love that movie. Enjoy it a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Take care. Thanks.
Thank you a lot.
Bye bye.
Yep, our listeners are experts.
They
That's why we
are.
just
I
leave
love
it
it.
to them.
Here it was: penguin, duck. Yeah. Looking up all
Penguin
kinds
and
of birds.
goose. I mean,
You know, it is a bird.
yeah, and they kind of both waddle.
Kind of. That's right. Oh, that's great. though.
Slightly different places that they live. But
Right. Yeah. I love that Ruth had gotten a hold of us on our Facebook page when she said Gilligan's Island. Before that, she said, "Ken, you must be really old." I love that.
oh, this is a time to take out some of those old films, though,
It is.
because you pretty much can trust them to not be
Right.
really totally
And a lot
bad.
of people haven't watched them in a long time.
Right.
So it's something
Yeah.
kind of new in a way. So anyway, yeah, good stuff. Ken and Deb here have been talking about good family movies, those cheer me up movies that you'd like to recommend for somebody else. And I had mentioned that other movie before. And Ruth had gotten through and said Gilligan's Island, but I love her comment before that on Facebook. Ken, you must be really old. So thanks for that. Also, Melissa got through and texted us a movie, a classic.
Swiss Family Robinson.
Love
Boy,
that
that
one, too.
brings back memories. I love when that kid is trying to ride the ostrich.
Yes, yes.
On that
I
one?
forgot about that. That was great. I loved the tree houses and stuff that they built. That was really cool in that. So, yeah, it's a great one too, Melissa. Thanks for suggesting that one. You can do the same, 800-221-9356. Let us know your family-friendly films. Here's Building 429 and Fear No More. Pretty funny. So what's everybody else been doing during this quarantine craziness that we've been doing? Let's see. See
You've
if we had
been
anybody
busy.
else.
You continue to work on the farm. I did see
Yes.
farmers out yesterday too,
Yep.
doing some work in the farm.
Yes, that's right. Till late last night, as a matter of fact, when I went to bed, I can see off to the distance. I saw some lights still out in the field where they were planting and trying to get that in as much as they could. So they've been working hard. Yeah, we've been actually doing some repairs that have been needed around the farm for quite a while. And our friend Jennifer, she's been out of work because of this. And so she and her daughter, who is out of school, have been coming over this week and helping us out and doing some projects. We mended some fence posts that
That's
were
great.
broken, and so I got my fence post digger on my tractor and dug some new post holes, and we put posts in and restrung the line, and then we have a pig pen where we keep our little piglets when we raise those, and it was really looking sad. Fence was falling over, and so we went ahead and since I had the fence post digger on the tractor, went ahead and dug some new holes and put in and basically rebuilt the whole fence.
Wow,
for that.
good for you.
And so repurposed some materials on the farm. It was really neat how I think, I think God really saved us on spending money that we didn't need to spend because we were actually going to put up some new fencing, cattle panel or pig panel, hog panels for this fence. And I was getting frustrated because the ones that we had on the farm, they were either too short or too long for the space that we needed. And I really didn't want to cut any off. And so I was going to go ahead and go buy new ones and just have the new ones in place. And we went to the store to get them, and they were out. And so I said, well, guess we'll make do with what we have. So when we got back and we were starting to rebuild the fence, Jennifer said, well, what about those that are over there? And I looked, and there's this partial fence that we had in this area where the cows are at that really has no purpose anymore. We used to have it set up, but it doesn't have any purpose anymore. There were 2 brand new panels, or not new, but 2 full-size panels right there, and we went and took them down, and were able to use those and save the
Wow.
$30 a piece or whatever they were going to be for those new panels. So that was pretty cool. We were able to save some money.
It really reminds me of that verse that says we can make our plans, but God directs our steps.
Right, exactly.
I mean, we make our plans. Sometimes they don't turn out, but God has something better in mind for us.
Yeah. Yep, that's true. Great song from Building 429 and an encouragement for us. Because of our faith in the Lord and because we have His Word to stand on, we should fear no more. I think that is one of the most said statements in the Bible is fear not, or
Right.
don't have any fear, or
That's
don't
right.
fear. Because, we need to have faith in the Lord, that He has everything under control.
Amen. But also, Ken, I'm going to play the devil's advocate for
Yeah?
just a minute here.
Okay.
We have to have a healthy fear of who God is, too.
And I think it depends on the definition of fear.
Right.
Because when you're talking about fear of something, that means that you are fearful or afraid.
Right.
But having the type of fear you're talking about is more reverence
And awe.
and awe of the Lord. And so there's a difference there.
And the recognition that he is powerful.
Right. Yes. And we need to have
Yeah.
that because He's deserving. He's not
Mm-hmm.
just this loving daddy that just does that. No, He has, He
He's
wants,
just.
He's just, and he has rules that He wants us to follow, but they're for our good because He loves us.
Right.
And so we have to remember that, but we also have to remember He is a just God and He is a powerful God, and we need to have reverence of that. But He says to trust in Me
Yes.
and don't fear
Right.
about those. But in everything, lift them up to Me in prayer.
Right.
And so good reminder.
And
for
he
us.
desires that none should perish. So even though we can be fearful of the fact that if we do not follow, if we do not accept him, that we're going to be separated from him.
Right.
That's not his desire. His
No.
desire is that we be with him.
Right. It's just our stiff-neckedness, if
Right.
that's a word,
Yeah.
our self-righteousness that gets us into that mode. So anyway, there's a lot of great things in Scripture that we need to dig out and search
Right.
for ourselves. As a matter of fact, coming up here in just a bit, we're going to be visiting with Dr. Jim Coakley, who's given us some ways to freshen up our Bible reading. He's got some more tips for us.
He does.
And we'll have those for you coming up here in just about 20 minutes or so, 15, 20 minutes right here on Moody Radio.
I'm looking forward to that because Dr. Coakley has some really interesting things to pay attention to in Scripture
Right.
that I would never even think of.
Oh, yeah. I think the last time he was talking about just noticing the different signs or what did he call them? He called them just different themes or
The
whatever.
items that were listed with the person.
Yes.
Like, how they played into, like, I don't know if he called signs or tools or.
Yeah, I can't remember what it
Yeah.
was, but it was very interesting about how to just recognize that certain people have certain things that pop up
With
that are
them.
associated
Right.
with their name.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. Anyway, he'll have some more tips for us here coming up in just a minute or so.
What's fun is we had that call come in, and
Yeah.
so we've identified that the movie you were talking about,
Yes.
Father Goose or that, but on air, no one knows yet.
Right.
So the texts are still coming.
I know.
in. And
So-
we're actually going to probably play that call back, like not till after the news or that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But
So-
yeah, so people are still wondering about that. But you got the inside track on Facebook. See,
You
on
know it's
Facebook
Father
Live.
Goose. Honk, honk.
But so we'll be sharing that call on the air here in just a bit. But yeah, it's fun stuff when you can kind of get the exclusive on it, the down low.
What was that other Don Knotts film? I was going to check that out to see if you can find that.
Oh, the Private Eyes.
Private Eyes.
Yes.
See, it's so quick that I forget these things. Like,
And see, the thing about that movie is that we didn't even know the title of it for a long time. We thought it was just, I can't remember what we even called it, but it wasn't Private Eyes. And then we found out, Private Eyes. Oh, that's kind of strange.
oh, you can find some of it on YouTube.
Ken and Deb here at 7:20. Thanks so much for being along with us. During these times that we're going through, we're trying to build a list of movies today to help us to kind of cheer us up, during this time. But we also have some other great resources as well from Moody Publishers and Moody Radio that we want to have you in your hands, in your toolbox, so to speak, to go through. We've got audio and video and downloadable material and just all kinds of resources for you to get.
And it's free. So
Yep.
if you want to check that out, you can get the links to both Moody Publishers and also Moody Radio by texting HOPE to our phone number, 800-221-9356, and you'll be all set. You won't be bored.
That's
because
right.
There's a lot to go through there.
Oh, my. Yes. And when you go to the Moody Publisher site, each week they have new downloadable books, the whole book that you can download. They have 3 of them this week, one by Tony Evans.
Yes,
So
yeah.
you'll want to check that out. But just text HOPE to 800-221-9356. News coming up. Here's Mercy Me. Best news ever. So I'm excited. You were telling us in the news that they're going to be opening up some of the parks
Yes, state parks are going to be opened.
starting next week, next Friday,
Yeah,
actually.
May
isn't it right?
1st. Mm-hmm.
And so I'm looking forward to that because I've been itching to try and get out and do some fishing. With the weather starting to warm up and be nice, just want to get out there. It's so relaxing to do that.
Yeah, or out hiking like at Starved Rock National
Right.
State Park. Love
Yeah.
to be able to do that.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So, yeah, we're looking forward to the parks opening up. However, interesting that, you're going to have to wear a mask
Yes.
when you're out in stores and out in public and stuff like that. So you give one, you take one,
Well, thankfully, somebody from our church sent me a pattern. And so today I think that's my project. I'm going to go home and print that out and see if I can make it. I don't have a sewing machine that works. So I was like, I think I can do it by hand
Yeah?
and it probably won't be perfect, but it will work for when I need to
Yeah,
go in the stores.
Sure.
Or you can also order to pick it up outside. That was one of the suggestions they had.
Okay.
Like, don't even go to the store, just call in and have them curbside pickup on
Right.
a lot of these places.
Yeah, you can even have it delivered depending on certain stores
Yeah.
they're doing delivery too. So, but yeah, it's different
Sign of
times
the
we're
times.
living in.
It is. It is.
And even though there's some states that are relaxing
Mm-hmm.
a lot of their restrictions, there are still some that have high, instances of the virus, and so it's just interesting how it's all playing out. Just need to pray for wisdom for our leaders.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and I just ask God to give me a good attitude because, I can be a stinker.
Well, I think fed up would be a good
Yeah,
term. A lot
yeah.
of everybody is feeling right now. We're just kind of fed
I
up
just
with
want to
being
go
isolated.
back to the way it was, where we could go out to eat or
Right.
be with each other, and
Right, exactly.
go to church. It's
Yeah.
hard to have patience.
It is. Well, we just want to say thanks to everybody for being on with us on our
Yeah.
mid-morning show coffee break. We haven't done one in a while, but thanks for being along with us. Hey, make sure you join us on the radio if you're not on there yet. In about 5-10 minutes, we're going to talk with Dr. Jim Coakley and talk about some ways to freshen up our Bible reading. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you the next time.